Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode here at Tribal Trades, the daily show coming at you from the great state of Florida. One hell of a drug. And I do want to welcome you to the channel wherever you are tuning in from around the world. Thanks for watching. Today we're going to talk about something that hasn't happened. 7 years, an indicator now has been broken. History has been made, and we are in uncharted territory. And what does that mean? What is this indicator? What has happened? What does this mean for Bitcoin? What does this mean for the market? Well, you're about to find out in a moment. We're also going to talk about the big giveaway that we're doing. If you haven't seen the video yesterday, before we jump into all of that, of course, you know what I'm going to ask. If you're a regular watcher, smash the like button. This does help get this channel out to more people and does help support the channel. And I do thank you all for the wonderful, kind comments you leave in the comment section below in this video. And for those of you who leave questions there, I do get back to all of those as soon as I am able to. And of course, we still have one more day to go just today for getting 25% off for the first 3 months of your Stocks with Josh Discord membership. There is a link below in the description of this video. You may need to click on the more button, and then that will drop down to the description of this video, and you can get signed up. And I am in the Stocks with Josh Discord in the crypto channel with the most amazing people on the planet. I have my own Crowned Traders channel within that Discord as well, where I post updates on a regular basis. And of course, some of these posts have been absolutely crushing it lately. Of course, we have the 1 million token giveaway. I have my X handle, Twitter, formerly Twitter, below, also in the description here, and you can follow me on there. In fact, you need to be following here to actually be eligible for the 1 million token giveaway. Please go and check that video from yesterday. You'll need to watch that. It'll break down how you can be eligible for the giveaway, and also in this video as well there. But some of the trades that we've had here, this was a 2,500%. 25x. If you've never made 25x in the crypto market, you could have made it. I gave this in the Discord on the 27th of November here. Here's another one just from yesterday, 500% up on that trade in just 5 hours there. And then another one from the Discord there. I gave the Potenza Tau on the 26th of November, and just a week later, we're already up over $700. We were up at over $700. It has actually pulled back a little bit. And then, of course, another one here. These are just from the last few days. There are a bunch more, but this one here was like a 300% gainer. That's also pulled back there. So as you can see, some great posts there. But the place to be is in the Discord. That's where the educational resources, asking me questions, engaging with community, so much alpha in there. And so I hope you're able to take advantage of that. Black Friday extended into Cyber Monday, finishes today, Wednesday, sale there to get in on the Discord. Honestly, it would have paid for itself and then some. You could have made some life-changing money just in the last week. Okay, so invest in yourself, and I would love to see you in there. Okay, what is the historical thing that has happened for the first time in 7 years? We've broken convincingly below the USDT dominance trend. This means we're in uncharted waters with how high crypto valuations can go. 2021 was a test pump super cycle. Well, I'm not buying into the super cycle theory just yet. Of course, if we see something changes, I believe we still will stick with the 4-year cycle, because it's always been intact and it will stay intact until it is not. That's what they say with the trend. You trade the trend, and the trend is your friend until the end, and then there's a new trend. And so what we see here, the USD dominance is the amount or percentage of USDT, which is the main stable coin that people use to trade with and buy Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies with. That is broken down. That means people are pouring that money into crypto, Bitcoin, altcoins. That's why you see everything go up, altcoin season, etc. And so what we see here is that this is just following along with the narratives as I've shared. We saw the Thanksgiving drop. I prepared you for that. I said I felt that there would be a 10% drop. Usually there's a 6 to 17% drop in a halving year, the Thanksgiving drop. I did say that I thought it would be 10%. We had about 9%. So I called that pretty accurately there. Also, historically, in a halving year, the Bitcoin low for December has usually come in on, it's come in on the first 10 days. It has every halving year. Not usually, it does. And it's the 2nd, the 5th, and the 10th, which the 10th was, of course, in 2020. The 2nd was in 2012, and the 5th of December. So a lot of people are saying, hey, once we hit the 10th of December, we're off to the races. We could be off to the races before then, because if the low is put in before this date, then of course we are in a good place and we could take off a whole lot sooner. And so far, the low of December is about 94,000. And of course, that could be December 3rd. Today, December 4th, we could put in a new low. So December lows generally do come on average in those first 10 days in all years. But of course, on the halving years, they've always come in within those first 10 days. Let me know what day was the December low in yesterday on December 3rd. That's the low so far. Was that the low, or will there be a new low before we hit December the 11th? And will the low be in the first 10 days? I think we will see the low in within the first 10 days of December. Historically, that's been the case. Or pretty close. Sometimes the market will go, yeah, here's December 11th for you. There, how you like them apples? So sometimes that happens, okay? And we'll see what happens. We'll see what shakes out there. But this is very, very bullish to see that this has happened. And of course, USDT is being minted all the time. So the fact that the supply of USDT is getting bigger, the overall supply, but it's just being spent more quickly than it's been minted and added into the market. So people are really FOMOing in to the market with that. And so if we look at the price of Bitcoin here, there we see yesterday, what did we have? The low 94,395. I was right there, 94,395. Of course, we didn't get down to this 94,151 level or this 92,867 level. We didn't come down and retest the low from the Thanksgiving week, which was 90,791. I'm not sure if we will. I've heard talk of certain people saying it's going to go lower, but I think that maybe that we'll save that for January. Just remember the Christmas rally from the low of Thanksgiving to Christmas, to the Christmas end of December. The low, from the low there up, there's been a 29% jump, 33% jump, and a 99% jump just in 2020. So in halving years, there has been some good gains in those months or between that period there. If we were to see, and so let me break you down where I think what could happen and where we could go. And the second thing I want to talk about is what's going to happen in January here. Last halving cycle, in January, the first week of January, starting January the 4th, Bitcoin dropped about 30% over a few weeks and then recovered, started jumping out the last week of January and into the first week of February, Super Bowl Sunday that's what happened there. And so if we look at, here's a couple of the things that could obviously happen. Now, if Bitcoin was to pump from the low here of 90,000 and we were to do 29 or 30%, where would that take us? We go from here, we're not going to get bang on, but we're going to just try and jump up. So a 30% gainer from there would take us up to around we're running out of space there, would take us up to around about $117,000, okay? So that would be possibly where Bitcoin could get to if we were up to get this high. But also we have two Fibonacci levels at 113,000. Over here in the Fibonacci stacking and over here 113. So we may come up, wick up to 117 if we were to do that 30% gain, which we've done. And maybe the 2020 was an anomaly with 99%. Okay, with the 2012, 2016 with 29 and 33%. So let's just go with that for the moment. Just bear with me. And so that would take us up to about, and that takes us up to this perfectly fib level there if we were to get up there. Okay, and of course we do have more resistance here. We've got a Fibonacci level at 104,000. We got one at 103 and 105. So there's certainly some levels to get through there. But that's one scenario that could take place, as that we hit at 117. Maybe we get stopped and we don't do quite as much, the law of diminishing returns. So let's look at a couple of these narratives and how they could play out. So let's just say we go to 117. If we were to see a 30% drop, for example, from about 117, and we were to drop just as much as the last time, which I don't think so, because we haven't seen a 30% drop yet. That would take us down to 82. So if we just saw a 20% drop, which has kind of been the norm, that would actually take us back to roundabout in the range that we're in now at this $92,000 level, and would certainly fit into the narrative that Bitcoin hasn't gone below what it costs to create a Bitcoin. What it costs to create a Bitcoin, mine a Bitcoin, is about 88,000. In a bull market, it's never done that before. So I would be shocked if we did drop below that 88K level. Now, of course, Bitcoin has done things that it hasn't done before in this cycle, like it reached its new all-time high before the halving. So I could say that you never say never, but let's just say that we get around this 20% mark here, even it go a bit lower to that 2% level there, and we come and retest that 90,000. So those are two scenarios there, one dropping 20% and one dropping 30%. That takes us between 92 and down to this 82 region here. And there is a Fibonacci level right there right around $83,000. So that could come down to there. Let's just say we do get stuck at 113 and we don't quite get that 29 or 30% gain for the month of December. Let's see how that plays out. And we were to get stopped at that 113 level there. And so therefore, and then a drop in January, let's look first of all at a 20% drop in January would bring us right about to that $90,000 level. There are these same levels coming in here again. If we were to get down to a 30% drop, obviously we're going to go a little bit lower here, and that would bring us down to that $79,000, $80,000 level. Now, I would lean more to that we could possibly go up to this 117 level, somewhere between this 113, 117, maybe up to 120 and get rejected there. But just somewhere around here is where I feel Bitcoin could get to in the month of December. And then once we get up there, it will just really depend what kind of drop. Again, usually there is that January sell-off. Everybody's got to pay for all those Christmas vacations and Christmas gifts. And also people would be reluctant to take the profit in December and realize that a capital gain in 2024, where they could sell in 2025 and realize it as a capital gain there, and then obviously push the tax bill down and push it down another year later. So it just kind of makes sense to me that this has been that's the time to do it. Now, look, could people start dumping a bit earlier at the end of December, and people start dumping 1st of January, 2nd of January? We're going to look back. I'm going to actually do a special video on this where we look back to the previous Januaries of each year and the halving years and see if we can see any more confluence and signs where there has been things where history has repeated. And so if we come down, obviously, from this level here, but obviously if we come down from the 113 down there. So really we could just pump up and then kind of come back to where we are, which kind of sounds pretty crazy when you think about it. But if we were to, one scenario could be is if we were to get all up this 120 level and then we just drop 20%, for example, we're coming back and testing 100K, like 17% drop of some kind. Again, the law of diminishing returns can work both ways, that the pumps can maybe not be as crazy, but the drops haven't been as wild as the last bull market here and there. If this is your first bull cycle, you ain't seen a Bitcoin 30 or 40% drop, and I believe we even had a 50% drop as well, and that is crazy stuff. And you imagine altcoins just get absolutely destroyed in that kind of situation. If obviously Bitcoin dominance, you have to check that side of it out as well. So there's a couple of plays there that could possibly play out. I will definitely keep you updated on this video. There are some levels that I'm looking at there. You can see as we come up to crucial levels to get through, because we have confluence there with some Fibonacci stacking there at 108. We're at 108. We're at 104, and there's kind of 103 to 105. And then we've got that 112 and 113, and then we've got those 120 levels. So those are the levels that I think we'll see actually. These are all levels of resistance, and we'll be in price discovery, of course, but these are all levels. These are the levels that I think will be more meaningful, and there'll be more sell pressure there, and then will be, obviously better levels to enter as support as well once we break through. So there's just a little bit of insight of what I'm thinking, what's going through my mind of what could possibly play out based on what we've historically seen from now through to the beginning of January. And I'll, of course, update as I dig a little bit deeper and find out some more facts about what we may expect in January here. And of course, there are no guarantees. I don't trade on certainties. I trade on, great TA and lots of factors, of course, but it's all about probabilities, because I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. This is for education and entertainment purposes only. Are you not entertained? And so let's look at the liquidation levels, because this has just been, what are we again? Follow the yellow brick road. Follow the yellow brick road. Show me the money. What did I say yesterday? People go, oh, we're going up to 100K. Oh, hold your horses. We ain't going there yet, because if I was the market maker, what did I say yesterday? I'd come down and get the $93,000 and $94,000 levels there. They just came and got the 94. They left the little, there wasn't a whole lot down here. They've left that for now. Let's have a look at some of these updates here. As you can see, the market makers have just come down and liquidated 50 million at 95,890. There is a little bit of yellow here at 40 million, but of course it just seems more likely they'll come up now and liquidate 97,800 level. That's the most highest level of liquidity, the brightest level that's there. This has been taken out, so this is no longer in play. It's behind, and you can see it's crunched down into it. There is some more. If we go to the 24-hour time frame here, let's have a quick look. Oh boy, there is more down here. So maybe the market makers will come back down and hit these levels. We've got 94,100 level, and then we've got another level here at 93,300 level there, that this could be tagged here. You can see it stopped here for the moment. Is it going to come back up and get that $98,000 level first? Boy, this is a tough one. If I was a market maker, what would I do? Which level would you go and get first? Would you go down before going up, or would you go up before going down? Let's look at the 48-hour time frame here. Definitely more yellow above at 98 here. So if I'm the market maker, possibly now I've got this little tag, maybe I come out at 98 and then come down for one final flush for the low of the week, maybe get down to 93 before take off up there. But it always changes. People send me messages all the time, and suddenly there's new yellow that wasn't there before when I'd done the video, because it's always changing, because retailers always opening new positions long and short, and so this changes constantly throughout the day. So you've got to keep an eye on this. Again, wow, there is a lot of liquidity here on the 3 days. So I'm kind of split right now on where I think the market makers will come, but I think overall, I think there seems to be more liquidity above, but it's quite possible they go down and they get all of this. It depends when the low of the month is going to be in this week. And you would think that they would go down and they've come down. Look, they got a chunk of this change down here and the low of the week. So there, the market maker, what would you do if you're the market maker? Let me know in the comments below. Are you going low and getting that liquidity first and then going up and grabbing the liquidity at 98? Or are you going up to 98 first and then coming back to 94? It looks like it's kind of in the middle right now with the Bitcoin price. What is the current price? We're sitting at there around 95,800. So we're a bit closer to 94 than we are 98, but we're kind of in the middle. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Until the next episode, happy trading.